I'm posting on AuskarrB.
Really?
Oh my God. I will quickly put that. Oh, these are the issues. It is already showed. Delete, please.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I am Yemi, also known as AuskarrB Beauty, and this is Maranatha, also known as AuskarrB, and we're here to talk about meant to be. We're here to talk about our filmmaking struggles. No, our filmmaking journey. So let's have it.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
So this is our channel. So for those that don't know, we just put out a movie meant to be showing right here on YouTube. And see, before we go further into the struggles, we need to tell you there's a fantastic watch that you should go check it out. She worked as a producer, and that's why we are here on our channel to talk about it. She worked as a producer on this movie, and she did fantastic. She was the producer, graphic designer, a photographer, the beat. She was a lot, right? So you have a gem on this channel. So if people are not watching, I don't know why. She will soon get to Hollywood. Even I'm like, I know her when she was small. It's not right. Anyway, like she said, we're going to be talking about the struggles that we faced while shooting Meant to Be.
No, I say we're also about the journey.
The journey, not struggle. The journey.
Did
Yeah.
we struggle like that?
Yeah.
Did we? I don't know.
Yeah. So how we're going to do it, I'm going to ask her some questions that we probably not talked about.
Okay.
Yeah. Director, producer.
Okay.
Some questions some things that we've not talked about before.
Okay.
And yeah. So there might be some things that we've talked about because we almost talk about everything. Eh? Okay, so first things first. How did you feel when you got the script first?
I mean, I was excited to get to work. I think that's evident. I mean, I was excited to get to work, and she can tell. Or she could tell because I was already putting things in place.
Yeah.
And scheduling meetings and all that.
Yeah.
Bridgy stuff.
Ask me back.
So, how was it when you decided you're ready to start shooting?
Let me tell you, I did not decide to start. I did not decide to start shooting. Let me just tell you something. The truth is, the last time we made the movie was in the year 2021, and we're pumped to keep doing.
We actually shot in 2020.
Okay, we actually shot, yeah. The last time we shot a movie was in 2020, and we released it in 2021. And we were pumped to make more movies, right? And then we had the next one, and then our hard drive got corrupted in post-production, and that dealt a heavy blow. In fact, we even did a short one in between, and our camera, when I tried to edit, it was so shaky that I didn't think that it was something we could put out there. And so I think that it really dealt with my morale. So last year, I talked about wanting to I think we spoke about it passively that, maybe time has reached for us to make movie again. And I have stories that I was already scripting. We talked about and I started scripting. Then I made the mistake of saying we should make a movie. And that was all Okwe needed to hear. Let's make a movie. It's like, okay, you should already get the Excel spreadsheet. She's already put this. I'm like, oh God. She's already put this spreadsheet. In our relationship, she's the organized one. She's the let's go person. She's the one that has to, like, things have to be put to paper and all of that. And me, I'm just like, let's go. I'm just like, so how I felt was like I was a little afraid. Like I'm like we've been away for so long. I don't know if I don't know where I'm at in that, like, my mindset. So that's what I think that was the first feeling. I was afraid. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean I get why I can empathize why you might be afraid.
Yeah.
But I felt like we had at least perhaps in my own capacity,
Yeah.
I had grown a bit, with handling camera, with knowing, angles, knowing how to shoot. Might not be all that on the editing phase or the editing side, but with, shooting, handling the camera, knowing angles, where to put camera, knowing how to organize, lighting, all those things. Because I do photography and I've been doing photography. This is my, if we get to October, it'll be my, is it third year? Fourth year? I don't know. But I've been doing it for some time, and, I wanted to, see how it translates into video and, how everything. And since I have a bunch of things, so might as well
use it,
and I had time to, so might as well, get going. Let's see what we can do in the meantime while I'm not doing the 9 to 5. So I was excited to work. So what did you think before we started? I don't know if you probably would remember, but before we started, what did you think would be like your most challenging thing?
Okay, I'd say editing. You know how I hate I passionately hate editing with a passion. So I would say that was the part I wasn't looking forward to the most. So that's one thing that I wasn't very ready for. One of the things I was also afraid to do. The last time we also edited the last movie that we did, and it was so hard. I think it took a toll on. Oh, thank you. It was so hard, at least to me. It was just hard. So having to do it again, mentally, it was just hard for me to get past that point. So I think that was one of the things I wasn't looking forward to at all.
But the funny thing is that editing is like what after you shoot.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Yeah, I was already worried about it.
Yeah,
and I think I said it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I get it's okay to be worried, but it's like
why you jumping?
It's like far, and I think that how you shoot or how you do your angles or your production is what largely affects or influences how your post-production would go, right? So I just felt like if you put enough effort into how the production goes, we might not struggle as much when we are editing. But if we just if we're not very stern about what you want when you're doing your production and you're not sure about what you want, it will reflect in your editing because you will struggle.
And I think something to just add to what you said. At first, the first day of shoot, I'm the director of the movie. The first day of shoot, I think I was so in my head, I didn't know what I really wanted. Like I knew I'd envisioned what I wanted, like how I want the scene to be. When I think one of the things when I write is I envision how I expect it to look in my mind. But the thing is that sometimes, depending on the location that you're shooting in, it might not really translate there, like in whatever location you have. So the first day of shoot, I wasn't very sure of what I wanted. I knew I wanted it to look, but I wasn't very sure of how I wanted to place people and for it to look. So I think that's one of the things. The fear came back after the first day of shoot. So let's say I had talked myself out of it, of where she had come, we had talked about it, and I was just, I think I was riding on your calm. I done everything to joke, but she was calm, like she's very organized. So I was just riding on her calmness. I'm like, okay, Okpa is calm about it, so let's keep going. But after the first day of shoot, I could know. I was so worried. I could not sleep. I told you about it now. I kept on thinking about them, and then I had to call cast again. So that's one other thing that happened. One of the things that threw me off balance while we were shooting. Yeah.
I think that's maybe let's say in response to that.
Yeah.
In my head, I already struck out the first day of shoot. Like I don't have high expectations for the first day. It's I just call it. It's how they call it. Like it's that's when fun. The team is meeting. It's when they're. I mean, we had rehearsal or whatever, like table read, all that stuff. But when the camera is actually rolling and it's supposed to be for real, even if it's a test take, it's just it's just the energy might not be exactly what you're expecting. So I already struck out that one from, I was not expecting a lot. It was, for me, it was a day to figure out where would the lights be, what angles would be great. And because I was also doubling, or not doubling, tripling, whatever number you want to use, I was styling and also, set design and all that. So my mind was just focused on how are these other things, because I think that when these people meet and they shoot and they talk about, they do the first run or whatever, eventually they will figure out whether what they are doing is making sense or not, right? And I would have to step in and be like, hey, what are you doing? So my expectations from them was not up there, but for myself, maybe in arranging everywhere, making sure everywhere looks the way it should look on set, that's where my mind was. So I was not in my mind. I just knew I'm most likely going to do this again. It's okay. I just assumed that. So perhaps that's why I wasn't as paranoid.
So okay, this one now. What was your favorite? One of your favorite things? Because not your favorite. Let me know what yours was about working with me.
A favorite about working with Maranatha? Well, she's like glue. I don't know if that makes sense. She's like glue. So she knows how to, get people to get things done. Right? So she knows how to get them to get things done. She knows how to talk to them, how to, I don't know how to use the word rebuke, but she knows how to talk to them to get things done. So she's like a buffer for me, so that things can go smoothly. I mean, I'm more direct with my approach with a lot of these things, especially working with people. I tend to be a little more direct and straightforward. Okay, I don't want this, or I want this, or like that. But she knows how to soften the small jabs that I might just throw in directly. So she's a really good people person.
All right, so I will answer the question I asked. My favorite thing, one of the reasons that I think we will work together till God calls us home, when we are married and great, one of the things is because she's very organized. Like, I think that for someone like me, you need somebody like that to work, because it just works when there's somebody that is maybe if I can come up with a concept, somebody can put concepts to paper and find a structured way of getting things done. I think it's very good. Like, it's very good to have somebody like that in your life if you're someone that's not very structured. And even if you are structured, if you're in charge of, if you're the one coming up with ideas and concepts like that, it's still good to have somebody else that is a structured person, because it helps you not to, because when you see it from just one point of view, like it is just you, if you're the one coming up with the concept, making the structure, it might just be a one-way type thing, right? It might be good, but when somebody else brings their own flavor into it, it just makes it make more sense, because it's not just your own thought process. And that's one of the things, and I think that's why we work well together. We see some things, like most things, the same way, but she's a more structured person. So she can, when I come up with the concept, or she says, okay, this is the story, this is how you want it to go, she asks me, what do you want to see? Once I say that, she goes on paper. I love that so much, because I hate having to do that. She makes templates, like she makes maybe while we're doing when you're editing this, you'll be showing all the templates you make. She makes templates, she makes things, okay, what do we need for this scene and all of that stuff. I can think it, but I will not put it to paper. So she will come to my room, she's like, okay, so what do we need? And I'm like, oh. And she's asking me all those things. It works, it makes so much sense, because then it saves a lot of time. We're not on set thinking, do we need this, do we need that? Because she already has her spreadsheets. She's a spreadsheets girl. And I really like that about working with you.
Thank you.
So if you're looking for, anybody watching this, looking for a producer or an operations person, she's your girl. Do you know the funny thing is, I went to school, I studied operations. I don't know. I don't like doing it, but she's your girl. Please, people should. So,
Another question. So, let's say, what was your? Did you? If you're saying okay, scale of like 0 to 10, right? How you imagined meant to be to go, and versus how it actually went.
Yeah. So, see, I would say, number one, I'm a very positive and optimistic person. I don't know if maybe you would have, I don't know if you've gotten the vibe. So, I always give, especially if I'm not good at it, maybe it's myself, I don't give as much grace, which is something I need to work on. But for the people that worked on it, I would say that they did so well. Everybody that worked on it, by the way, 2 of us were the ones that manned the cameras. So please, we should give us our. We manned the cameras. It was just 2 of us. Give us our accolades. So I would say that everybody put their best foot forward. I really, really appreciate the cast and the crew. It was fantastic. They were able to take cues. They were able to do stuff. But I would say, no, but is a strong. It's like I'm trying to, not but. I would just say that originally the story was not meant for this place, and it was a story that was changed into a script. So for sure, I would say on that aspect, it was definitely not what I wanted it to be on that aspect. But when we changed it to a script now, you had to have different things, and I didn't have too much time to be won with the changes that were made. Now, this does not take away from, this does not make it a bad film or something that I did not like that. No. I really, really love Meant to Be. I think it's a little we've done. It's my best work yet. I love it. And I give myself kudos for the directing, because I think that they were able to follow my cues, and I kind of knew what I wanted to do as we were going. So in that regard of the original concept that I came up with, perhaps it wasn't it, but what we eventually changed it to be, or the little adjustments that it became, I would say that over 10, I would say a very strong 8, a very good 8. And this is, I was a director, but this is mostly based on the people that put their work into it. Yeah, because it's one thing for me to see something and for people to actually, sometimes I might see it, I might not be able to say it as clearly as what I'm saying, right? But for people to just be able to pick from me just saying, oh, this is it, and they just go with that flow. And when some people are giving feedback and they see those things, like I was talking to one of our friends today, and she said something it was not even talking, it was Favor. She was talking about the school, when we were talking about the memories and all of that. And I was so happy that somebody saw what I was trying to say when they were having that conversation about, how they were first loves and all of that stuff. I was so happy that people picked the little things, which is what I think my cast did pick too. So I would say in that regard, a strong 8 over 10. They did fantastic. Opa here was able to see what I wanted to say. Because there are times, now I'm saying all this, not that we didn't have, there were times that I was like, listen to me. We did have listen to me moment. Yeah, but the good thing is that we have been friends for longer than we've been doing this. So I think we just get each other. And I feel like we're upset with each other at some point. Not upset like mad, but we're not okay with certain things. But we're like, you know what? Let me go and sleep on it. But one thing I think we did was we're able to understand, like maybe compromise, even if you were thinking that, this will be better if I come and I say, okay, I see it this way, we're able to be like, perhaps if you see it, even though I don't see it, since you see it that way, let us go. When you came to me with the gym, with the workout, this thing, like at first it's not something that I was like, but we're able to, whenever you say something or you bring a suggestion and I bring a suggestion, we're able to sit with it. That's one thing I really appreciate. The people that I work for, they will sit with it. It's not that they're like, no. It makes sense. So yeah. So what was the question again? Yeah, so I would say like a strong 8 over 10. Yeah, it was good. But I know that we can do way better. Yeah. So you answered that.
Yeah, I'll probably say it's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't really pinpoint like maybe the areas where I'd maybe make changes or make adjustments. Let me see. I have to actually think about that
because
yeah, well, we did do some things with that. I mean, at least conversation-wise, we did have some Canadian flair to it.
Yeah.
And obviously, the winter outside is enough Canadian flair.
Yeah.
You see how outside was? It was cold. You can see the breath.
There's smoke.
You can see that breathing that is white. So, yeah, there was that. And I'd say that we did really well because she was antsy about shooting in winter. As far as I was concerned, I'm like, we live here.
Yeah.
And if we're going to, we cannot limit our work to only summer because it's just weird. We live here already. Might as well enjoy every bit of living here. Okay, and to be honest, we are young now and we can stand outside longer. And maybe when we are bigger, we hire people that will stand outside and do the camera work. But we're young now and we can do it. Might as well just start doing it instead of just waiting for like perfect time or whatever. So I say we did very well.
We did very well.
Being courageous enough to go out and also setting timelines for all these things, ensuring that things really got done. So because even when we had issues with like cast availability and all those things, is knowing how to push, when to push, when to step back, when to pump the brakes,
that's true,
apply gas, those kind of things. So yeah, we did well with that.
Okay. So my question, what was the worst moment you had when we were shooting?
Worst moment? I feel like I've forgotten. I feel like there's something, but I've forgotten.
I know one for you.
Which one?
When we're cold outside and the veil.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were shooting outside on, I think it was second to the last day of shoot. It was like day 7 or something.
Yeah.
And we're working, and I mean, I get like it can take some time to get your lines out and whatnot. I don't act, so I cannot tell you that I know exactly how the struggle is, but I assume that it's definitely some work. So my hand is shaking, and that's okay. I mean, my hand is shaking is okay. But when I saw blue vein, I'm saying, okay, we are done. Let's wrap it up. Okay, we are done here, because I mean, I really love what I do, but we're not putting our lives on the line like that.
We listen to people like talk about the things that could happen on set, like how people sustain injuries and all of that stuff, and we think that very funny. She just came and showed me. I said, I said, it's okay.
I kept rubbing. I was like, maybe I stained. Maybe there was charcoal. Maybe I stained charcoal or something.
I was like, I beg, wait. Let me be director, and I said, we will not sustain injury because we still have plenty things to shoot. So I had to complete that shot. But it was cold, harsh weather conditions. We can write on our resume, I've worked under harsh weather conditions.
Harsh weather.
So my worst, I don't know if I had. Well, like I say, I'm one of those people that like to look on the bright side. Because I feel like if I get to the point where I'm very upset, it might be hard to work with me. So I try not to get to that point. So I won't really say that there was any like moment that was like.
I think that this is because we are not recording day to day. I promise you that if
we would have had it.
We are recording day to day.
Although, like for sure, like. We're upset when, sometimes things were supposed to happen a certain way, or you're supposed to bring like costume or something, and they don't bring it.
Mic problems.
Yes.
Issues.
It would piss me. It would get me upset. But we still have to get the job done. We still have to get stuff done, and I move on quick because
that's it. Because I mean, you won't get done.
I move on quick. So
if you stay
in that mindset. Yeah. Any other question?
I say, what would you improve and just come to the next one?
Oh, what would I improve on? Oh my God. Answer it first. Let me think.
Answer it first. That is a tough question for me to answer.
All right, okay. I would say, I think something that I noticed while we were shooting Meant to Be was that as we progressed, I became more confident in my directing duties. Like I became more like I started to write notes of how I wanted it to go. So by the time we get on set, I'll first debrief, like let everybody know this is what I want to see, how I want it to go. So I became more confident, and I think that's something that I want to improve more on going to the next one. I know what I want. I know how I want it to be confident enough to put to words how I want it to be, so that the people can also understand me. That's one of the major areas I want to improve. That's as a director, and then as a writer. Well, as a writer, I think that one. Let's leave that one for now. But I think as an executive producer, not being afraid to put myself out there, right? To talk to people, to be confident of what we're doing, and not to limit what we're doing. I think that's the one major area I think I need to improve on. I think that Meant to Be was good, but I think that I kind of put some type of ceiling over what we're doing, which is crazy because sometimes I'm an attention seeker, or I think I have attention seeking capabilities or capacity. I have the capacity I have the tendency, not capacity, tendency to seek attention. But the thing is, that's when I'm in control of it. But when it's something like my brain work, like this is my story, my brain work, something that I feel serious about. If it's something I'm playing about, maybe like things that I'm not very serious about, I don't really care. But when it's like my work that is important to me, like my writing, my making movies is something I'm very passionate about. So sometimes I tend to put a ceiling because I'm like, okay, let me make it small so that people will not really, I'm so afraid of, what people will say. Oh, let them not be too critical about it. So I tend to put a ceiling over what we're doing. I don't want to approach too many people. I don't want to put it out there. I don't want to make it big just because. But that's something that I've told myself now that we're not doing again. We're big. AuskarrB Studios, even though we're a small group, we want to do big things. We want to be recognized for being representing Nigeria in Canada. There's so much that we can do. This is untapped talent, right? So this is one thing I want to improve on. Blowing it out of proportion. If they say, what are you doing? You're making a movie. It's not like, it's just a small movie. No. It's a big movie. If we're going to premiere, we'll premiere it big and all of that. And our friends made this one big for us. Yeah, like people that did not put a ceiling over us. They made a premiere for Meant to Be, which you probably still see on her channel. She put clips. Yeah, so people should subscribe. If you've not subscribed to Yemi Olawale, please do that. So that's one thing, 2 areas I really think that I would like to improve on going forward. Yeah.
Okay, so improvements. I'd say getting more hands that are capable in the areas where we felt we were, let's say, not as great.
Yeah.
So, say
audio.
Audio hands.
Audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and
what
maybe sometimes video too. In some areas, video. I mean, we did get really
very
great
good
shots. To be honest, we used what we had, but I guess there can be more, right? I mean, we're doing 4K now. Who knows? Maybe one day can do 8K.
Ooh. I would like not to man the camera. I'd really like not to man the camera.
Sure, we'd like not to man the camera.
Because it's hard to direct or to manage sets while also holding the camera. Yeah, it was one of the toughest things. Speaking about worst things,
are just flying around. Things are flying around, and you want to make sure that things are not for continuity's sake. Yeah, you have to make sure that things are not just flying around. So that definitely should be better. So I'll say there are areas of continuity that should get better, and thankfully we didn't really have a lot of things to scrap from this one, which is very great thing, and I think it's a great improvement compared to what we had before. Like things that we had to scrap. Yeah, so yeah, continuity issues were crazy. So this time around, I'd say that we're able to manage. It's smaller, better. But I'm hoping that even the next one that we get to do we'll be able to do better than this one. Yeah. And not have like too many scrappy stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And let me see. I don't know if I would say I want to work on costuming as much. I mean, this was great. We're in winter, so to be honest, I'm not saying that we're limited, but I kind of streamlined your options. We had to work with what we had to, and I think the other thing what was the other thing I wanted to mention? I'd say I'm really proud of myself. Yeah, because I mean sometimes to your horn. Yeah. But proud of myself for really sticking to the idea of coming up with colors, because I was a bit I was thinking about it. I mean post-production, a lot of things are going on. You're editing, you're ensuring that things are going away on that end, but also promotion is really what gets the word out, and people would get to see and actually watch. So I was really keen on, I think it's good to just have colors so everything just looks nice and seamless. And I was very surprised that people really took it seriously. When I created a logo for meant to be your logo kind of title, I was not expecting that it would really. I just did it like, okay, it looks cute and whatnot after enough iterations and whatnot. So when we did the premiere and then someone had like the logo printed, and the balloons had the colors that we
it was really
stuck
good
to
see.
I was like, wow, this is really nice. It's really good to see. So I'd say bet on yourself.
Yeah. Okay, since we're now, I'm not very good at doing that, but that's fine. I think she did amazing with our promo, our posters, the promo pictures, and all of that stuff. I don't know if she was upset because I would just come and look at like, I like that. Can we do this? That was my part, and I think she took it so well. Every time I just came to just like make but from the get-go, like from the concept she came up with, I already knew that I'm sure she knows it, she doesn't know. I trust her so much with work that we do, with the stuff that we do. I'm just like, you can come up with something, because I just know that she's capable of it. Like sometimes she'll be like, hey, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm like, let me see it. Because sometimes I think maybe she's just overthinking it. But I trust her work so much, which means you go and check out Oyemi Photography on Instagram. She does take pictures, and every single promo picture that we have put out there was all her work. And it's very lovely, very amazing, and I'm just proud to call you a producer with my friend and my producer. I'm so proud, and I know that we're going to do great things. We have lots to do. I will let you wrap up because this is your channel. Please wrap up here.
Yeah. So thank you for watching us and hearing our struggles and whatnot. Yeah. I hope that you have subscribed. If you haven't, please click on the subscribe button. Yeah. And subscribe to our channel. Yeah. Please, and also subscribe to AuskarrB Studios. We're going to have more stuff coming later this year. We are working on it. If you have, if you have suggestions or whatever you think you would like us to work on, maybe put it in our comment sections, either this one or our channel, any one of the channels, okay, and let us know. I want to say thank you to anyone that has watched it and has subscribed so far. We're expecting views, but I'm grateful. People came out for the premiere and they watched the premiere and they had your comments and all that stuff, and I'm really grateful that you guys took it seriously. Please still share, spread the word. If you live in Canada, please tell your friends, subscribe to our channel, okay? And when we do have casting calls, I don't know if we do have casting calls. If you think that you're a fine person, if you think that you're attractive, you think that you're attractive,
not just attractive though. But attractive. You think that you can act as well.
If you think that you're attractive. If you don't think that you're attractive, I'm sorry.
No.
Where will your confidence come?
Because when somebody says it makes it relative, right? Like, you know,
Yeah, sure,
it
that's the
feels
point.
like...
That's the point.
Okay.
Why would you not consider yourself attractive?
If you think that you have what it takes,
Great. If you think that you have what it
I
takes,
think that's a more...
fantastic.
That's a better...
Yeah, you can
If
see
you
that.
think that you have what it
You can
takes...
see what I said earlier. I'm more direct.
Yeah.
Sure. If you think that you have what it takes, you can, put in the comments. Let us know
Yeah.
if you're interested. And we do have casting calls. You see it on our Instagram page and whatnot.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
You have a lovely rest of your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. We don't have question. We have done 35 minutes. If we can't get question, okay.